Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Saturday, March 4, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. UNLV vs Nevada. The Nevada Wolfpack have an above-average defense that is holding opponents to 66.3 points per game, 41.8% shooting overall, and 32.8% shooting from three-point land. In the first meeting between the two played in late January, Nevada lost to UNLV 68-62 and failed to cover the spread as 2-point road underdogs, but the tide will be turned on Saturday as Nevada will be playing at home and facing a struggling UNLV side that has failed to cover the spread in 4 of its last 5 overall and in 6 of the last 8 when playing on the road against the Wolfpack. Nevada, on the other hand, has covered the spread in 6 of its last 8, and the Wolfpack have covered the spread in 14 of the last 20 against a team from the Mountain West Conference. Our team pick is Nevada Wolfpack. Nevada is allowing an average of only 66.3 points per game, which is 75th in the country. The Wolfpack are holding opponents to a field goal shooting percentage of 41.8%, which is 66th, and a three-point shooting percentage of 32.8%, which is 111th. Nevada's offense is generating an average of 72.7 points per game, which is only 155th. The Wolfpack have a field goal shooting percentage of 44.8% and a three-point shooting percentage of 35.2%, which are 180th and 139th, respectively. Our total pick is over. Utah vs Colorado. I'm going to give the edge to Colorado based on their home record compared to Utah's away record and their performance against UCLA. Colorado has a slightly better offense, and they've performed better against ranked teams such as Arizona. While Utah lost by 16 points to the Wildcats, Colorado only lost by 10. While neither team has a realistic shot to make the March Madness tournament barring an insane conference championship run, Colorado should have the desire to put up one last solid performance for their fans at home this year. Utah has scored under 60 points in their past 2 of 3 games, so I have more faith in Colorado's offense to pull through. Utah is 0-3-1 at TS in their last 4 overall. Our team Colorado minus 3.5 points. The last time these two teams played, they combined for a total of 135 points. Clearly, the odds makers expect a similar number of points in this contest, but I do not have as much faith that they will reach 134 points. Besides their matchup against Colorado on February 11th, the Utes have not reached 73 points in their last 8 games. Both of these squads excel on the defensive end, and the injury to Da Silva might limit the scoring potential of Colorado. Meanwhile, Colorado is shooting under 70% from the free throw line, while Utah has held their opponents to less than 30% from beyond the arc. Utah has hit the under in 5 of their last 6 road games, and Colorado has hit the under in 5 of their last 6 following a loss. Our total pick is to take the under 134.5 points. Texas State vs Marshall. The Cinderella run of Texas State comes to an end on Saturday. Marshall, which averages 82.2 points per game, will be too much for the Bobcats to handle. Marshall defeated Texas State earlier this season 81-73 and covered the spread as 5.5-point road favorites. The Thundering Herd have covered the spread in 4 of their last 6, while Texas State is 3-6-1 Austrian shillings in its last 10 games played. Texas State scores an average of only 65.6 points per game and is shooting 43.6% overall, 245th, and only 30.4%, 341st, from three-point land. The poor shooting will make it hard for the Bobcats to keep pace with the up-tempo Thundering Herd, who are 8th in the nation in adjusted tempo at 72.6. Our team pick is Marshall Thundering Herd minus 7.5 points. Both programs have been getting to the free throw line critically, as Marshall is averaging 17.3 free throw attempts per game, while Texas State is attempting 18.4 free throws per game. Both teams are scoring well and have a high adjusted offensive rating, according to KenPom, as the Thundering Herd are 69th, with a 111.8 rating, while the Bobcats are 184th in the nation, with a 105.1 rating. The over has hit in 9 of the last 10 Bobcats games, as well as in 5 of the previous 6 Thundering Herd games, so go with over 146.5 points here. Wake Forest vs Syracuse. The Demon Deacons have a great matchup in this one, and their ability to find success from three-point range will come in handy in this one, especially with Syracuse continuing to lean on their zone defense. For Syracuse, their scoring is inconsistent, and with their home court advantage dwindling over recent years, they will struggle to close out the season strong in this one. While Edwards has been able to dominate games of late, Wake Forest actually has the frontcourt presence to slow him down. Additionally, according to Covers.com, Syracuse is 0-4 at TS in their last 4 games overall, and is 0-3-1 at TS in their last 4 games, following an ATS loss. Our team pick is Wake Forest minus 1.5 points. Wake Forest plays at a fast pace and scores with several of the elite teams in the country. If Wake Forest can manage 90+ points against UNC, I have faith they will be able to score 80+ points against Syracuse's defense. Considering the score is projected to be close, I expect Syracuse to finish in the high 70s or low 80s tomorrow. Both teams make nearly 3/4 of their free throws and have a solid assist-to-turnover ratio. Additionally, each team is shooting 46+% from the floor and at least 36% from three-point land. Both squads rely on their offense to succeed, so I expect a shootout. Following a straight-up loss, the Orange are 4-0 on the over in their last 4. Wake Forest has hit the over in 7 of their last 9 road games. Our total pick is to take the over 157.5 points. Oklahoma State vs Texas Tech. Texas Tech has been streaky this season as they started the year 10-2, dropped 8 in a row, then won 6 of 8 before losing their last 2 games. The Red Raiders aren't quite as stingy defensively as they've been in recent seasons, but they are at home here. Texas Tech is 11-5 at home, while Oklahoma State has posted just a 4-7 mark as the visiting team on the year. The Cowboys have slumped of late with 5 straight losses, and they have only 2 road wins in conference play. Oklahoma State doesn't have great offensive firepower, and that proves to be their undoing, as the Red Raiders earn a home win to close the regular season on a positive note. Our team pick is Texas Tech Red Raiders minus 6 points. They put up a combined 139 points in the last meeting, going over the total by 4 points. It was the 7th over in the last 8 meetings between the two schools. They have a combined 31 overs between them this season. The over is 7-1 in the Cowboys' last 10 games and 6-1 in the Red Raiders' last 10. In their last 5 games, the two teams have a combined average of 145 points per game. Oklahoma State is averaging 70.8 points per game in that stretch, despite shooting just 43%. That tells me that they will get their points even on a poor shooting night. The same can be said for Texas Tech, who has averaged 74.6 in their last 5, despite shooting 43.2% overall. The Red Raiders have scored 71 or more points in 5 of their last 6 games. The Cowboys have scored 71 or more in 6 of their last 10. The over is 7-0 in the Red Raiders' last 7 games versus a team with a winning record and 7-1 in the Cowboys' last 8 versus a winning team. Our team pick is to take the over 140 points. LSU vs Florida. Both teams have struggled this season. LSU saw the wheels fall off once the calendar flipped to 2023 and have dropped 16 of their last 17 games. In addition, the Tigers are 0-8 on the road this season, losing 6 of those games by at least 10 points. While Florida is missing Castleton, which is a huge blow for them given his contributions on both ends of the floor in the low block, the fact remains that the Gators are tough at home. With LSU trending badly in the wrong direction, it's tough to have faith in them suddenly turning things around here. Look for Florida to dig deep and pull out a home win to finish the regular season above the .500 mark on the year. Our team pick is Florida Gators minus 8 points. The Gators are average offensively as they are 179th in the nation in scoring offense, with an average of 71.8 points per game on the year. Florida averages 34.8 rebounds per contest and dishes out 12.4 assists per game. The Gators are good defensively, ranking 137th by allowing 68.7 points per contest. Colin Castleton leads the team with 16 points, 7.7 rebounds and 3 blocks a game this season. Will Richard is the only other player scoring in double figures with 10.5 points plus 4.4 rebounds per game this season. Kosi Reeves, Kyle Lofton, Trey Bonham, Alan Fudge, Riley Kugel, Myrion Jones, Jason Jitabo and CJ Felder are key pieces in Florida's rotation this season for Todd Golden. The Gators shoot 44% from the field as a team this season. Florida knocks down an average of 6.6 triples a night while hitting 32.1% from beyond the arc. The Gators are very good at the charity stripe, shooting 72.3% as a team this season, which is 155th in the nation. Our total pick is under the total. Stony Brook vs North Carolina A&T. These two sides split the season series, each winning 1 game apiece. The Aggies picked up a 61-59 victory back on January 14th, while the Seawolves bounced back with a 69-59 win on February 11th. So what gives when these two conference foes meet in an elimination game in the nation's capital? Well, I'm going to ride with a better overall team in North Carolina A&T. They have a slight edge offensively and adjusted offensive efficiency, 99.3 versus 96.9, field goal percentage, 42.1% versus 41.1%, three-point percentage, 33.8% versus 32.4%, and points per game, 71.1 ppg versus 63.1 ppg. The Aggies are one of the fastest teams in the country, using 70.0 possessions per 40 minutes, 51st. I expect them to use the quick pace and thrash this lowly Stony Brook defense. The more possessions that they fit in means we'll see those slight advantages in shooting start to have an impact. Look for the Aggies to stretch this out past a one-possession game. Our team pick is North Carolina A&T Aggies minus 2.5 points. While I mentioned that North Carolina A&T was one of the faster teams in the country, we may see their need for speed neutralized by the slow-paced Seawolves. They boast the 331st quickest team, using just 64.1 possessions per 40 minutes. And who can blame them for wanting to play slow, considering their offense is scoring just 96.9 points per 100 possessions, 330th. They'll look to slow the game down, as it simply won't be a good sign if they turn this into a fast-paced shootout. It's worth mentioning that both of the early matchups this season came in under the Vegas betting totals. Additionally, Stony Brook has seen the under cash in 5 of their last 7 games overall, while North Carolina A&T unders are 4-2 in their last 6, per OddsShark. With two bad offenses getting together in a win-or-go-home atmosphere, I think we'll see defense win the day. Give me the under 139 points. Pittsburgh vs Miami, Florida. The last meeting between these schools saw the Panthers claim a 71-68 victory. Pitt had 12 offensive rebounds to Miami's 1 and out-rebounded them 39-30 overall. The Panthers also shot just 40% in that game, while Miami shot 49.1%. Despite the lopsided shooting numbers, Pitt was still able to pull off a 3-point victory. Their offense has been rolling lately, and they will definitely shoot better than 40% against a mediocre Miami defense. The Hurricanes are shooting lights out lately, but even when they did the same in their prior matchup with Pitt, they put up just 68 points. Miami is 8-8 at TS at home this year, while Pitt is 9-2 at TS on the road. The Panthers are also 6-1-1 in their last 8 road games versus a team with a losing record, per Covers.com. The road team is 4-1 at TS in the last 5 meetings between these two. Our team pick is to take the Panthers. In the last meeting, these schools combined to score just 139 total points, making the total on this game kind of curious. Neither team is blazing the court up with their pace of play, as Miami ranks 105th in KenPom's tempo ratings and Pitt ranks 190th. The reason this total is so big is due to the current offensive output between the teams, as they have combined to average 166.8 points per game over their last 5 each. That is definitely something to take pause over. However, these numbers are a bit inflated by a couple of big games on both sides. Pitt put up 99 on Syracuse, but otherwise scored in the 70s in 3 of their last 5 games. Miami dropped 96 on Wake Forest, but followed that up with 76 against Virginia Tech. None of the last 10 meetings between these teams has produced a total that was near the one placed on this game. The under is 6-1-1 in the Panthers' last 8 games versus a winning team and is 7-0 in the Hurricanes' last 7 versus a winning team, per Covers.com. Take the under 157 points. Duke vs North Carolina. This game means everything for North Carolina. A win here should lock up an NCAA tournament, and it's amazing that we're saying this in early March when they were projected by many, including yours truly, to win a national title. What has transpired this season is a mystery, but often happens when you have so many experienced players returning. However, in the NIL era where many star players are making 7 figures, this is a surprise. Or is it the new normal? North Carolina has their weaknesses, but they know the magnitude of this game and will beat a good but not great Duke team with this physicality and experience. Our team pick is North Carolina minus 2.5 points. The last time they met, these teams put up a combined 120 points. Since then, Duke has averaged 73 points per game over 6 games, and North Carolina has averaged 75.4 per game in their 7 games since. However, in their last 3 games, the Heels have allowed just 62.7 points per game, while Duke's defense has served up just 62.3 in their last 4 games. This tells me that both teams' defenses are working at a high rate, as was evident in their first meeting. The lively back-at-block showdown is also a reason to think that some basketballs might not reach their intended destinations on the night. The under is 6-1-1 in the Blue Devils' last 8 versus a team with a winning percentage over .600 and is 4-1 in the Tar Heels' last 5 games overall, per Covers.com. The last game went under, which halted a 7-game-over streak between the two, starting a new trend. Our total pick: take the under 143.5 points.